Alright, good morning and welcome to Section 8 Lessons. This will be Volume 3. Before we get started, I'm going to tell you that the video will be how to find Section 8 housing, and we're going to be discussing the Section 8 waiting list. I'm going to try to give you all some definitive answers about this stuff so you can quit searching through YouTube and Google. In addition to that, there are a few things I want to tell you about the video. First of all, it'll be 8 minutes, possibly 10 or 15 at maximum, but probably less. Next to that, I'm going to let you know that there may be one or two ads. If you believe in what I'm doing and you want to support the channel, let the ads play. Beyond that, there will be a playlist in the description. There's going to be a few links. So besides the playlist with all these different volumes, you will find a link to my booking software. So I probably need no introductions. I own Section 8 Consulting, done it for 20 years. I've consulted thousands of clients that need help with Section 8 housing and HUD and so on. So if you feel that you need that service, then you're welcome to book an appointment. Beyond that, my website is there. It's very nice. It ranks #1 on YouTube. So it really needs no introduction as well there. So beyond that, you'll find most of the other links that we're going to be discussing today as well in there. So you can follow along throughout the video. All right, now that I've done the introductions here, let's move on to Volume 3 and how to find Section 8 housing the easy way. Now, before we start, I want to tell you there is a few things you need to know. Google is a great resource to find information for just about anything, but it's not always great because people that want to collect your personal data and steal your identity love to go after places like housing authorities and housing searches. The reason they do so is because it's the one place that most of you would trust entering just about everything that a scammer would need to go and buy a car or house. And so they do target low-income people. They target people that do housing searches, and they know that you're willing to give out your social security number, your driver's license address, your name, your phone number, everything in an effort to get on these waiting lists. Google is a really exceptionally bad idea for a search for this kind of stuff because most of these websites are a scam. A lot of them will look very much close to the real thing, except at the end they won't be a .com, they'll be a .org, they'll be .us, whatever it may be. And so I find that in most cases housing authorities and waiting lists, the real ones end up on the second page of Google, while the first page is actually cram-packed with people that are running scam websites from other countries. So I'm warning you. So you do what you want, but I can tell you I'm going to give you enough information in this video that you don't need to fool with that anymore, okay? I've used a lot of these resources for nearly 20 years, and I've narrowed that list down from hundreds of different resources, and these are the ones that produce next to all the results compared to all the other trash that you find on Google. Now, with that being said, the first one I'm going to bring up is going to be the best. So let's get right to the juicy part. This is going to be affordable housing online. You'll find a link for this, okay? These guys are the best. Why are they the best? One simple reason. HUD contracted a subcontractor, and these guys have every property in the U.S. Really, your search kind of ends here. It starts here and it ends here. These are all pre-qualified properties. They have a less than 1% ratio of fake or scam landlords. Now, I'm not saying there won't be any slumlords trying to advertise here. However, in most cases, this is highly accurate, and I use it for all my clients. So, that being said, let's take a look. In addition to that, let me tell you something else that's very powerful about this tool. It covers every waiting list in the country. So while y'all are asking me, hey, where do I go? Where do I apply? Let's take a look. This thing, as of right now, July 28, 2021, it's covering everything. And let me show you, as you scroll down, it's showing you everything that just showed up. Now, in addition to this link here, let's go to here. It's the same website. I'm going to give you this additional link. And so there's 980 waiting lists open right now, but that's not actually true. There's 2009. And we can go through that list, and then we can go by states. Alabama has 11, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas has 19, California has 19. So you see my point. All your resources are here. Stop the madness with the Google, man. You're going to get yourself in trouble with that. Now let's discuss real quick some of the other resources that are commonly given to people that deal with housing authorities. First of all, you know how I already feel about housing authorities and the level of honesty you get out of those folks. So it's just not great. So a lot of times the landlords at a housing authority, when you ask them for help, they're going to give you a list, but these are going to be their preferred landlords. And guess who their #1 preferred landlord is? Their self. Housing authorities own a lot of the properties in most towns, except for the big metropolitan areas. And if you go and get yourself involved in that, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be applying at a what? Project-based housing. When a housing authority owns any property, when they're involved in it, so you see how well they run the housing authority. Now imagine how well they're going to run that property. And so the preferred landlord, despite the name being different that you see, it's such and such Palms Apartments, they're actually owned by the housing authority. And when it's owned by, anytime a property is owned by the housing authority, it is project-based housing, the nightmare. So, do you want to go and run around and look at the list they've given you from the housing authority? Absolutely not. That's garbage. Second to that, I want to show you one more. Go Section 8. Look, it's a good resource, but the problem with the reason I no longer use this, a lot of the shaky landlords, a lot of the slumlords tend to use this. Now, I'm not suggesting that every one of them are on here on Go Section 8 or a slumlord, but I got to tell you, the reputation is quickly starting to fail because GoSection8.com does not screen these landlords. So I'm seeing that some landlords aren't even Section 8 properties whatsoever. They're just in here scamming. What I mean by scamming is they're not, they're having you believe that they're a low-income property, but you're going to these properties, you find out the only thing they're actually interested in leasing you or accepting is cash and a job. They're not interested in your voucher. So you see how that would be a scam. And that's a lot of what goes on with Go Section 8. So you're welcome to use the resource, but in my opinion, I would rank it pretty bad, but it's not near as bad as the rest of Google. We're going to move on. Now, for those of you that have Facebook, and you've had an account maybe 2 years or older, you have a Facebook marketplace, all right? So I'm not going to show you my personal account because that's my business, but I'm going to show you if you can find a marketplace. Now, I don't know on a mobile, on a desktop, you'll see a navigation menu on the left side, on this side, or however you do that. So it'd be on the left side of your screen. If you can find the marketplace, you'll click on that, and then you'll go down to property rentals here, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, on the bottom left, and you can search property. Now look, these guys don't really identify themselves as housing, Section 8 housing properties. But let me tell you something about the landlords on Facebook. A lot of them will accept your housing choice voucher. A lot of them. I've had so much success using Facebook property rentals, both to find tenants and also connecting to landlords, that I rank this number 2 under affordablehousing.online.com. This has been an exceptional resource. In fact, a lot of the tenants, when I want to build a building for my landlord, I use the marketplace because it's a powerful tool. You're connected with billions of people and nearly everybody in every city. So I would encourage you to negotiate. Those of you that don't want to live in a community environment, an apartment, be cramped up, hear people's children scream, you don't want to hear dogs barking, talk with these landlords that own individual properties. This is an opportunity to be able to get in a house and whatever, as long as you can convince them to get an HQS inspection and accept payments, then you can rent the property safely. And a lot of landlords are looking for a guaranteed payment after not being paid for nearly a year during this pandemic. So you have to negotiate. Of course, you need to still prove that you're not, you don't have 20 felonies and stuff of that nature. But I believe that Facebook is the next Facebook property rentals is the second most powerful tool. Now, going back to this, again, if you don't have a Facebook account that's over 2 years old, and you don't see Marketplace, talk with a friend that may have an account that's older. So with that being said, I'm going to check our time real quick because I don't want to go over, and just see real quick. So we're at about 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I don't want to go on forever, but I think you see the point. You can use these couple of resources and get everything you need done. You guys are out here paying money to real estate agents. That is an absolute fabulous waste of your time and money. Okay, these real estate agents don't know as much as you think you do. They're excellent at helping you find a home. That's great. But when it comes to this, I can tell you with all honesty, whether they're a broker or a real estate agent, they don't know near as much as I do when it comes to Section 8. A lot of them hire me to consult with them, just like attorneys do. I consult to them because they're good at selling things, but they're not good at Section 8 in HUD, all right? So that being said, I hope you find these resources useful. All the links and everything I'm talking about, except for the Facebook Marketplace, shall be in the description. And if you need a consultant and you're in a hurry and you're trying to get a property, then shoot me an email, book an appointment, and I'd be happy to assist you with your case. Have a great day. Bye-bye.